couple of other things. So one thing is calling something an experiment. Usually, like, it's frightening. Pilot, much nicer. But I'll tell you a funny version. So one of my colleagues went to the Durham schools and wanted to do a study on the public schools, wanted to do a study of the effect of giving kids free lunch. And of course, you know, we want randomized control trials. So we wanted to give half the kids randomly assigned, half the kids to get a free lunch, half the kids not. How do you think the principal reacted? Terribly, just hated. I mean, it was just offensive. So he went back. 3 months later, he showed up and he said, look, I really want to give all the kids free lunch. I just don't have money for everybody. I only have money for half. How do you recommend that we choose? He said, let's do random assignment. You know, it's kind of interesting that a random assignment can either look really cruel or really just in terms of fairness.
I knew I should have taken my notebook.
But I think that's important. The other thing I would say is that we really want people to think about doing experiments for the long term, not just the short term. So, you know, if you're going to do one experiment and that's it, and you'll never do another experiment, maybe don't carry it out that well, and, you know, don't have all the control condition and so on. But if this is experiment one, and you're going to run experiment all the time, and you want to do cumulative learning, that's a very different story. And that's one of the things I try to get people to do, is to say, how are the lessons from this going to inform the next experiments? Because one of the things that happen in companies is they try often to do the experiment to study 17 things together. And then you say, okay, if this was the last experiment in the world, that's perfectly fine. But if we're going to do another one, which one are we going to do after that? And then they say, oh, it's not going to help us at all. So, okay, let's scale back, let's do something else. So I think the long-term perspective and cumulative learning are really important.